Not as sunny today as yesterday, but just as warm. So it's another good day to be working out in the garage. I'm gonna finish up the frame for the LED rat eyes prop. And then we're gonna work on the kneeling monk again. So as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to be making what's called half lap joints. Okay, now we're going to glue these together. Okay, well that's drying. Let's start working on the kneeling monk prop again. So yesterday we glued on the end caps. Now what we're going to do today is drill a hole through here and then force thread this hose barb into the hole, back it back out, put some epoxy on it, and epoxy it in. I have a tap and die set, and I'm going to try and use that to tap this hole. So now what I'll do is I'll mix up some epoxy and we'll glue them in. Next thing I need to do is cut down 3/4 inch plywood into 18-inch long piece, and then I'll need a 16-inch piece and an 8-inch piece. What it is, the L brackets are screwed into the base, and then the top is just using a hose clamp, crank down hard, so these things are in there solid. What we'll do next is take this, and we're going to screw the two other caps right on here. And what will happen to set them up, we'll put these caps like this and like that, and then this will sit on top like that, and this will be the shoulders. So there'll be a head on here. This is the shoulders, obviously. There'll be a head up here, and when it's triggered, it'll rise up. D minor sound, Derek, he brought up a good point about using PVC under pressure. There are risks involved in doing that, so if you have ideas about doing this, be advised that it can be risky. Cold weather, extreme cold weather, can cause PVC to turn brittle, and put under pressure with air could cause it to explode. I'm not minimizing the risks by building it this way. I just think the risks in my particular situation are low. You'd have to assess it in your situation to determine whether or not it's too risky to pursue. For me, I think the prop is being run under low enough pressure, and also it's being run in relatively mild temperatures that the risks of a catastrophic failure are low. Not non-existent, low. So I'm not overly concerned about there being a problem with that. But you'd have to determine that for yourself. I don't think I've ever heard of someone with first-hand knowledge of it. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened. I've just never heard of someone that knows about a failure like that. So if you decide to build a prop like this, keep it in mind there could be a safety hazard involved in doing that. With that, let's go finish up the other prop. Okay, the glue should be dry now. It's been a couple hours. My glasses out of there. So what I'm going to do is get the hardware cloth and staple it inside. At least this time I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it sticking to the tabletop. And I've decided that I am going to screw this to the face frame. And if I need to take it out, it's only going to be 2 screws. So if I need to take it out, I'll just remove the 2 screws. So I'll check tonight when it's a little bit darker out and see how it looks with this. Montclair's Lair had suggested going maybe with a wider blade for a more natural look. I'll check this out first, see how it looks. And if I'm not happy with this, I'll try a broader propeller blade. Before I paint this up though, I'm going to add some details to it. What I'm going to do is make some bolts to put on here out of my paper clay. Alright, once these air dry, which will probably be a day or so, I'll paint this up. So we've advanced the kneeling monk prop and we can start forming the body on it. So if you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you already don't. That way you'll be notified right away when the next video is posted. But let me know in the comments section below if you think I'm taking too much of a risk by using PVC and pneumatics. As I said, Derek brought up some good points, but I'd like to hear your views on what you think about using PVC and pneumatics. So let me know in the comments section below if you think it's a risk too far. Okay, thanks for watching. That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Show you all the way.